Going on. So it's hard to believe that it's been 35 years ago when Marvin Gaye got killed by his father. And if you haven't been around back then, that was like the most hokiest April Fool's thing that you could imagine because I thought it was a joke. I remember very vividly going to church with my grandmother, and we were coming back. And so everybody in the neighborhood was like, Marvin Gaye got killed. And I'm thinking, y'all playing this April Fool's joke. But then I turned the news on and he was in a body bag. And then his father had killed him. So I was like, wow, this is really real. And then if you grew up in a particular era, and if you ever had any parents or grandparents or cousins, somebody older than you tell you, I brought you in this world, I can take you out. You just didn't come to expect that to be like that, but that was the case with that. So that was a very tragic event, very sad. Marvin Gaye is one of my all-time favorite artists, period. One of the greatest ever. Stylist, artistic, versatility, everything. And miss his talent, miss his depth, miss everything what he represented because he was about spiritual, sensual, and liberation as an artist. He was a representation of all those incredible things. He truly left a lasting impression as an artist. And you know, um, just remembering that day and that time, that was very painful to recall and to remember because it just seems just like yesterday. But that was a whole different era ago. But that was, I think, thinking about Nipsey Hussle, the way he got capped, and then apparently finding who killed him, and then you're thinking about stuff like that you just don't expect around a particular time. And though it's two different artists, two different situations, it's still like pretty crazy though. So how that whole thing just unfolded. But it was very sad to thinking about that his father did that, and there was some intense insecurity at work there, and some hostility, and some, you know, so there's a lot of stuff that was on that happened. But it's hard to believe been 35 years ago. It was just like he's here, and then next thing you know, uh, remember Sanctified Lady came out back then about a year later, and I remember Missing You with Donna Ross. Lionel Richie wrote that song as a tribute to Marvin Gaye, and you just, and you think, and he was like a day before his birthday too, so that made it just so, it's just so mind blowing how that unfolded. But yeah, it was very tragic, very sad, and it's still haunting, very haunting how that all played out. So just having a moment of deja vu, reminiscing about that. So that's my take about remembering 35 years ago when Marvin Gaye was shot and killed by his father and the memories of that. But his legacy lives on. So feel free to leave them comments, hit that subscribe, and when the bell rings, that's a new video. All right, y'all have a good day. Peace. I'm out.